Morning Sports Talk. How about the Witherspoon Insurance Friday pregame show, Shannon? I was excited. Thinking about Saturday. I'm Kevin Hastings along with Shannon Allen, and we got football Friday nights here, everybody. Welcome again to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football pregame show. We concentrate Western North Carolina counties, conferences, and teams. Our four major counties are Rutherford County, Cleveland County, Gaston County, and Lincoln County. And by that standard, Shannon, we've added up 5 conferences that we're going to be focusing on here on KTC now with the new realignment. And then we've got a long list of games to look at here tonight. But let's go through the new conferences real quick so everybody knows where everybody stands. We're going to go through the games tonight, where who's playing who, and more. We got information. We've got games on the radio tonight. We've got games online. Red Zone channel's back, folks. Red Zone channel. What's that? Red Zone Radio. Tune in on YouTube during the games, and I'll be live on YouTube, tweeting the scores, updating the games. You can listen to our local games, and I'll be rotating between the games, so you can listen to 4 games on the Red Zone. I'll be skipping around and keeping you guys the excitement in your house. But also, between breaks, I'll be bringing up, Shannon, we're going to show some on ours in just a few minutes. Highlights. Folks, highlights. KTC Broadcasting brings you live Red Zone touchdown highlights during the games. Shannon, you ever seen anything like that?
Never
High school Red Zone?
Saw it last spring. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's pretty cool.
High school Red Zone. So we're going to be showing you some highlights here in just a few minutes on that for the folks watching online. We're going to show a big hit for the Cherryville Ironman, fumble causing hit. We got to talk about that. West Lincoln and Cherryville tonight on the radio. How about KTC? We've got Crest at Burns tonight on WOHS, West Lincoln at Cherryville on WCSL, North Lincoln at Lincoln on WLON, and Waggy tonight, WAGY. Jonathan Bland and Paul Foster just came by, and they're going to be going Jefferson against Pine Lake Prep. Now, Shannon, if you would, once you read the rest of the game, skip over the Hickory one lesson right now, unless you've got who they've got playing. But go on down. I got to walk down the hall for just a second.
All right. So along with the ones Kevin just mentioned, we got Shelby traveling up to AC Reynolds. Bessemer City will be at Stuart Kramer. Hickory Grove is at Highland Tech. South Point will be at East Gaston. That's the old rivalry down there. I think they call it Black Friday. It's got Cabarrus at Mountain Island. It may be Central Cabarrus or West Cabarrus. One of those two are Mountain Island Charter. Kings Mountain is traveling up to Ashfield. East Lincoln will be at Forest View. Hunter Huss at High Brighton. Alexander Central will be at North Gaston. Newton Conover is at West Iredale. Bandy's will be at Fred T. Ford. Freedom will be at East Burke. And another old rivalry called that Fat Friday up there. So, a rivalry there, Bunker Hill at St. Stephen's. Watauga will be at Maiden. North Iredale at Lake Norman. Salisbury, in probably the first time they've played each other, Salisbury will be taking on Polk County at Polk County. Patton will be at Drone. West Henderson at Hendersonville. Chase heading up the mountain going to Owen. Robbinsville will be at Brevard. McDowell at Mitchell. Andrews at Cherokee. Again, I had the Hickory. I thought I had the Hickory game here. We'll get that here in a minute. Who's going to be at Hickory? South Iredale will be at Statesville. Tuscola at T.C. Roberson. Pisgah at Inca. Swain County at Smoky Mountain. Hayesville will be at Franklin. Rosman at North Henderson. North Wilkes at Ashe County. And Mountain Heritage will be at Irwin.
That was good timing.
That was perfect.
How about the conferences that we're looking at, folks? Now, they don't have names yet. So, Shannon, do you want to play the name game? You want to name the conference? You don't want to play? Shannon's not for no games.
No.
Between you and Terry sits in that seat. I got to get some fun out of you guys. All right, East Gaston, Burns, Shelby, Cherryville, Bessemer, Highland Tech, Thomas Jefferson. I'm going to call it the who come up with this conference. How about that, Shannon?
Raleigh did.
Raleigh did?
Beautiful people.
Raleigh came up with this.
Absolutely.
1A,
needs to be the
2A.
Southwestern Conference. That needs to be just name it the South. That's what everybody knows. Southwestern Conference.
Southern Piedmont 1A,
or
2A.
Southern Piedmont 1A, 2A too. So
I think that's the name they're going to go with. How about the South Fork? Maiden, West Lincoln, Bandy's, Newton Conover, and Lincoln all return. They kick out North and East, and they bring in East Burke and Bunker Hill. In that conference, Maiden, East Burke, Bandy's, West Lincoln, and Bunker Hill started off with wins.
Mm-hmm.
West Conwell, Newton Conover, and Lincolnton, all with losses. Back in the Southern Piedmont 1A, 2A, Highland Tech and Thomas Jefferson didn't play last week. Bestman are the only team to fall. They lost to Community School of Davidson. I think that's right? Or Pine Lake Prep. They had Pine Lake Prep last week.
You're going too fast for me.
Oh, yeah.
Pull this up.
That's fine. I'm just backing up. Shelby, Burns, and East Gaston all with wins last week. Now, I mentioned East and North.
Community School of Davidson beat Bestman.
It was? Okay. So, Shannon, I mentioned East and North. They've moved over to 3A. Yes. Instead of playing the Gaston County or Cleveland County schools, they're playing, we'll call it the Lake Norman Conference up here or something like that. East Lincoln, Statesville, North Lincoln, Hickory, West Iredale, St. Stephen's, North Iredale, and Fred T. Ford, 3A. And in that conference, only 2 of the 8 teams got a win last week, Shannon.
Mm-hmm. Statesville and East Lincoln.
Statesville with a 41-30 victory last week, and East Lincoln with a big win over High Brighton. And they got another 3A game tonight against Forest View, so they're just starting off hot in the 3A, Shannon, right. Starting off running. So.
And you talk about, you mentioned North Lincoln in there. North Lincoln's game last night against West, it came down to the last play.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just, again, they're picking up where they left off in the spring. Those 2 schools, it comes down to essentially, and they both coaches said at the end of the game, whoever had the ball last would win. So that was a good ball game up there last night.
Was that both of them strategy or both of them what they thought might happen?
No, that's what they said at the end of the game. That's what both of them said, yeah. So,
all right, in the 2A, another 2A conference, how about the Foothill Mountain something other West Conference? Polk County, Chase, Hendersonville, Patton, RS Central, Brevard East, Rutherford. East Rutherford's not playing football this year, so they're down to 6. Brevard didn't play last week. RS fell. Patton fell. Hendersonville, Shannon, they scored 79, but they gave up 35.
Yeah, that's the kind of team you can't. I mean, Shelby played them in the playoffs last year, and they're going to put points on the board. Hendersonville is pretty good as far as offense, but you're giving up 30 points. You got to score 70 every week.
114 points in that ball game. A lot of Matadors on defense this week. Chase and Polk County also with wins in the conference last week. So they're all 1-0. Now the Big South 3A, I guess we can just keep it that. South Point with the
Charlotte
only win.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Charlotte Latin is playing Hickory tonight.
Okay, gotcha. Let me write that down. I got to put it on the board.
Yeah.
And I don't have a regular pen, so CL's going to have to do. All right, so Charlotte Latin against Hickory tonight. I knew that. I think they had a cancellation, Shannon, and some rescheduling. And tonight is their first game on their AstroTurf field. So that was the big thing, getting Hickory an opponent tonight. So anyone really in the state that lost a game tonight could have come to town. So they end up with Charlotte Latin tonight at home for the first ever home game at the Hickory Tornadoes field. It's a beautiful field. I may be able to find it online and pull it up for the folks. So watching. Now, people are wondering, what are you talking about? You keep saying online. Well, folks, you can watch us live on YouTube. And for the folks on YouTube, hi, Shannon. We're on the big camera to this, so wave big time. Now let's get Shannon's happy face here.
No, don't.
Say hey, Shannon.
Look.
Hello.
Look at that.
Pretty.
Dude, that's awful. Get that off there.
What? That's what everybody's tuned in for, is this beauty.
Yeah.
Right?
What I
Previews. Hear. That's what they hear. There are people, Shannon,
watching.
I want you to look right now. Look at the camera. Look at your camera.
Call presence.
Make love to the camera right here, Shannon.
Yeah, get off that.
And look at the people at home.
Get off that.
And wink. He's a pretty man. Look at that. There he is. All right, folks. Now, Shannon. South Point, the only team with a victory last week in that conference. Ashbrook and Crest did not play.
Right.
Huss, North Gaston, Kings Mountain, Kramer, and Forest View all with losses.
And the Forest View score was a surprising score to me. They played Burns last week, and I know it was at Stuart Kramer, but you didn't really know. I didn't know anything about Forest View, what they had coming back, and of course I knew what Burns had coming back. And that game really, maybe because it was the first game, I don't know, but that was a real surprise. Is Forest View better than we thought, or is Burns not as good as we thought, or is it just the first game jitters? That was just a surprising 8-6 win by Burns last week. That was real surprising to me.
Well, for you folks problem is, Shannon, you got to plug a button in here for the folks at home to see what I'm trying to show them.
Okay. Okay. There we go. Let's try this. Yeah, but South Point, they're the only team out of that conference that, the old Big South Conference, you want to call it, that won last week. That's interesting.
Now, for you folks watching at home, here's a new picture of the Hickory Tornadoes field, Shannon. What do you think?
Yeah, it is pretty. Yeah, that's nice.
Red, for the folks listening on the radio, they got the red in the end zone, Tornadoes in yellow, and Hickory in yellow written in each end of the end zone with a big red H and the big yellow tornado out on the field. And, of course, the big soccer circle. Hey, I guess that's what that's for, right? You're a soccer expert nowadays.
I am. There you go. The circumference of the diameter of the field for the...
Is that what it's called?
I don't
know. Okay. Well, Shannon don't know. Well, we're going to talk Power Pole in a few minutes too, Shannon. I know you're excited about that after week one. So you've got a hard copy in front of you. I've got I've got a soft copy. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Now, I tell you what. Let's go over. I'm going to go through our teams real quick and tell you. I don't have the list from last week where you picked all the wrong ones. Do you have all that? You have all that? Did I put that over there? Dang, I must have left that down. Huh?
No.
Anyway, all right, Shannon, real quick. Again, we've got Crest at Burns on WHS, 1390 AM, 101.5 FM, folks, okay? On WLON tonight in Lincolnton, we've got North Lincoln at Lincolnton. Logan Baker and Jason Sain will have coverage of that. Jason's going to try to get us some Twitter scores for us as well, so we'll have that on the Red Zone channel. Crest and Burns, Tom Sinafani and Rob Roop will have that game tonight. And Matt Royster will be up there getting highlights for us tonight for Crest and Burns. So we'll have highlights for those on the Red Zone channel. West Lincoln will be at Cherryville tonight on WCSL 1590 AM and 92.3 FM. So West Lincoln and folks, if Lincoln County over there in the Vale area, if you want to hear West Lincoln, you're on Cherryville tonight, okay? 1590 AM, 92.3 FM. And the other game of the week in Lincoln County this week is North Lincoln at Lincoln, and that'll be the last time we'll have North Lincoln on our schedule, Shannon, unless, we have rainouts or other things in the next few weeks. It'll be the last time we'll see the Knights until maybe the playoffs. Now,
if they make the playoffs.
If they make the playoffs. Yeah. Now, because they have moved up to 3A, it's going to be even harder. Now, Waggy, tonight, our original schedule was West Caldwell, RS Central, but that is not being played tonight. So we have moved over to Thomas Jefferson at Pine Lake Prep. Thomas Jefferson was supposed to play last week, so our first two games on schedule we haven't played yet schedule-wise. Hopefully next week we got a huge matchup, Shannon, with South Point at RS Central on Waggy.
That's already been canceled.
Is it RS Central with the issues?
Yeah.
Okay. So
they had 9 kids on their team that was not quarantined.
Okay. So if you're looking at home, the Waggy schedule is not right at all. Just wipe that out. Now, as of right now, I can promise, not guarantee, but right now, Bessemer City at Jefferson's still on. Okay?
Which one?
Bessemer City at Jefferson in week 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
For the folks at home, looking at our schedule on YouTube, Bessemer City at Jefferson week 5. That one's still on. Cherryville next couple weeks, they've got Blacksburg at Cherryville next week. So Cherryville gets another back-to-back home games. Then they go on the road for 2 tough ones, Shannon and
yeah, that is
Chase
true.
is not conference anyway. That's always a classic matchup with those two. Cherryville at Chase, and then Cherryville at Shelby in back-to-back weeks. So Cherryville's trying to squeeze in some wins here. Got Avery County this week and West Lincoln this week. Maybe pull off an upset this week after a big year from West Lincoln last year. Then Blacksburg at home next week, out of conference, out of state matchup. Over on WLON again tonight, North Lincoln and Lincolnton. Next week we'll have Lincolnton at East Lincoln. So East Lincoln will be hosting the Wolves up in Denver next week, and with a big win in the 3A, East got a chance to be our number 1 team next week, Shannon, depending on matchups and scores this week. We'll talk about that in a few moments. Then the following week, there's no Lincoln County teams playing week 4, folks. Half the teams in our area won't be here week 4. Shannon, the only games in the area will be pretty much those 4 games that we have listed there for the most part. And of course, the Central and Chesney game is probably off now, out of state, out of conference game, and they may get that rescheduled. I don't know. With one of the other teams, we'll see. That's 3 weeks away.
Yeah, I saw this morning that the West Caldwell and South Point have both been canceled. Now, 3 weeks from now, or for 3 Fridays from now. I'm sure Chesney will still be on, but you never know.
Right.
Yeah, you never know.
All right, so we'll have Christ the King at Bessemer City, week 4, September 10th. Christ the King at Bessemer City on WLON in Lincoln County. So you'll have that matchup. Again, no Lincoln County games and no other games in the area, in the Lincoln County area. So you folks go to the beach that week, I guess, if you're in Lincoln County, unless you want to sit around and listen to the Yellow Jackets that week, hopefully dominate Christ the King. The next week, Bunker Hill at Lincolnton. Shannon, the Bunker Hill Bears will be at Lincolnton. Bunker Hill had a win this past week. We'll see if they can handle the Bears. Real quick, I want to mention, well, we'll get to that. We'll have some shout-outs in a little bit on something. How about, and let's give the WHS schedule before we go to our first break when Calvin gets ready. Crest at Burns this week. Next week, we'll have Kings Mountain at Burns. Then High Brighton at Shelby, and then Crest at Ashbrook. So KTC next week, the next few weeks, WHS in Cleveland County, you'll have Crest at Burns tonight. Next Friday night, Kings Mountain at Burns. Now, that'll be the only Kings Mountain matchup on our schedule for the whole year for you Kings Mountain fans. High Brighton at Shelby will be week 4, and then week 5, Crest at Ashbrook. All right, Shannon, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to do our power poll, our top 10, and then we're going to start previewing some games, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Subaru in Gastonia. Prices will be slashed. The actual sale will run 2 big days, Friday and Saturday, August 27th and 28th. Just look for the Big Tent. We'll be there Saturday, August 28th, broadcasting live from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll have free, world-famous City Lunch, hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. Plus, register to win some great prizes, including Yeti coolers and cups from Tyndall Ford Rouse Subaru. Plus, we'll be giving away free golf passes, free meals from local restaurants, Boss T-shirts, tickets to the Cleveland County Fair, and tickets to the Renaissance Festival. So plan now to be there and join us for the fun. Just look for large Marge, the pink Cadillac parked out front at Tyndall Ford Rouse Subaru, located at 1901 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia, online at tyndallford.com. It's wood cutting time. Time to see Shelby Hardware for your new Echo chainsaws and Echo top handle saws for trimming. They've got them at Shelby Hardware. Also, Interstate lawnmower batteries, wind spinners, ice cream freezers, and fans. Plus, Low Country hats are now $25, tax included. And protect your eyes with blue water sunglasses at Shelby Hardware, 506 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at ShelbyHardwareandSupply.com. See their page at WhatsAppShopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville and the Falston Pharmacy in Falston are open to serve you. You can come on in and get your prescription filled, or you can continue to use their convenient drive-through window. And at Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville, the grill is also open for breakfast and lunch. You can even call your order in at 704-435-3259 and pick it up at the drive-thru. And both stores are welcoming patient transfers. Buy local, shop local at Medical Center Pharmacy, 607 East Academy Street in Cherryville, and the Falston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Falston.
2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts, U-Pull, and Scrap Metal. Located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincolnton.
KTC Broadcasting. Hello.
Hi, this is Diane. How are you today?
Pretty good. What can I do for you? We're on the radio.
Oh, that's good.
We got a radio
the reason
show
for the
going.
Call is the Breast Cancer Relief Committee.
Can't talk right now. I have to call back.
Full.com and see their page on WhatsAppShopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Need cash? Well, S&R Auto Sales in Shelby needs your car. Turn your car into quick cash at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. S&R Auto Sales will buy your car. Come in now for an appraisal and get the money you need. Or see S&R Auto Sales in Shelby for your next vehicle. And they have financing available. See Susie or Richie today at S&R Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby. Online at srautosales.com.
And welcome back to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football Pregame Show with Shannon Allen. I'm Kevin Hastings. It's highlight and top 10 time. Shannon, which one you want to do first? I'll let you pick. And then we're going to make some fun with some of your losses and stuff too.
Just a terrible highlight?
A lot of highlights. I'm going to show you a couple.
Do the highlights.
Let's do Shannon wants to see some highlights. Okay. So folks wondering about the highlights, how it works during the red zone, during the games. What we do, we have reporters out at the games, getting videos, getting pictures, and they post them on Twitter, keeping us updated on scores. And during the games, I run the red zone channel, and what we do is we back and forth between the highlights and some of the scores and stuff. So I'm going to give you a little preview of that here. We of course, this isn't our forte here on the show, but Shannon, I like to show him a couple of the big highlights from last week. We'll start with the big hit we were talking about from Mason Grindstaff. The silver medalist in the world's MMA fighting, and my wife's nephew. So I'll do a little pat on the back. Mm-hmm. So this is Mason Grindstaff with a big hit and a fumble cost here. Up in Avery County, they won 34, Shannon, 22. Well, if it was gonna play there. Maybe it's not. I'll get it going here in a second. Anyway, they had the big win last week, and let's get that refreshed and see if it works for you folks. Get our Twitter feeds going. Now, Shannon missed a couple last week. You missed RS Central at McDowell. Mm-hmm. You're picking in that score. Do you know what your score you picked?
I don't know
how bad you missed it?
No, I don't remember. I'm sure
now, the score in that game, now, RS Central didn't get beat bad, 20-14. You just picked RS to win 49-7. Just off just a little bit.
Well, what they had coming back from the spring, but they had a new coach. They got a new coach too, so that probably had something to do with it. You hope maybe kids didn't play because of something else, COVID or but I missed that one pretty bad. Which I mean, that surprising score it really was, especially again after as good as ours played in the spring.
All right, how about another one? How about Kramer and Bunker Hill? You had Kramer winning 28-14. And it's pretty much the opposite, 29-18. Yeah. Bunker Hill with the victory. So just the opposite on that one. It's not too bad. Mm-hmm. Now, these other ones, though. We'll talk Statesville, not too bad. Kind of sorted. Carson, you had Carson winning 28-14. Statesville won 41-30. So that's not too bad. But these other ones are pretty bad. How about Bandy's? You Bandy's folks, you can shame Shannon. Well, if you want to shame him. Let's get my big room shot here. Okay. So he had St. Stephen's winning 28-17. Bandy's won 44-7.
And they lost their quarterback. He's at Central. I didn't think Bandy's would have anything, and apparently they do. So, St. Stephen's just limped in there. So I don't know.
Well, we're going to have St. Stephen's actually on WLN and against East Lincoln. That might not be good news for the Indians.
No, I'm going to pick that one now.
You go ahead and write that one down, Shannon? Okay, you got that one. All right, how about this one? Did Kramer and Bunker Hill? Is that the one we just did, or we didn't do that one?
Yeah, you did that.
All right, the last one, the worst one. Now, you missed it by 30, about 70 points, if you do all the points added together. East Gaston, North Gaston had Wildcats winning 35-21.
I thought I changed. I swear, because I thought East Gaston had that run. I knew they had that heel kid running back. You didn't hear me.
It was 35-21 North Gaston. That's what I wrote down. Shannon picked. And East Gaston won 52-0.
Yeah.
52-0. How about them Warriors? How awesome was that for them? It's been a while since we said that Warriors with a 52-0 victory.
They've got two big running backs down there. They're going to be at the handle for some people this year. Sure enough.
All right, let's see this hit. Now I've got the interweb working now, Shannon. He's number 20. You can't see him. He's on the other side. So he's going to come around the end, handoff right side, bounce around the end, balls out on the ground, and it kind of just landed right into the other guy's hands, number 7 there. But right there, folks, is Grindstaff hitting him in the backfield with a strip. The ball just kind of flew kind of out in the air, and one hopped into number 7's hands there. So there's the big hit and fumble there for Cherville. I'm gonna bring up a couple more for you folks. How about Cherville did get a safety kind of on purpose there.
He got a couple safeties, didn't he? Because of bad snaps.
Yeah, there was 3 safeties in the game. One of them I think was kind of on purpose. The rest of them were definitely not. One of them was a holding call. And we'll show that here in just a moment. That Cherville had a holding. Their defender got held in the end zone for obviously a a safety there for, and it's clear we've got it on video. Our Philip Rust was the was our Twitter last week at Cherville. This week Jock's going to do it, so hopefully she'll do a great job of that as well. And let me scroll down here on those, get back down to, because for some reason that feed's not working good at all. So let's see. This is how about a touchdown for Cherville? Now this is the old scramble drill touchdown, Shannon. We scrambled right, scrambled back left. Beautiful toss up in the corner of the end zone. And you'll notice when I show you some of these Cherville passes, Chase Miller is putting some touch on the ball. Yeah. I mean, just toss it there in the corner. Great play there. Chase Miller finds the touchdown. I think that was Landon Hahn again. Landon caught about everything. How about the 54-yard completion here for Forest View for the touchdown? This was their lone score. Shannon, both scores in this game were kind of breakdowns in the secondary after a little cross and hitch pattern. Just cross over the middle behind the defense, one safety behind him, and he outruns everybody into the end zone for the score. So this is the Forest View Jaguars.
Is that the Aguilar kid for Forest View?
I'll have to look at the name. Austin Parker with a 54-yard touchdown to Nathan Aguilar.
Yeah, Aguilar.
So that was that one. How about Burns? The pole was in the way. I would show you guys this one. If you can see the pole there, it was in the way on the extra point. It's just an incomplete pass into the corner. So folks, what you're watching, you can follow What's Up Shopper. It's our Red Zone Twitter touchdown sponsor. This is Landon Hahn give and go. Coach Pruitt told us Saturday that Avery County on tape was susceptible to these, and you'll see they ate them up with them. This is a catch inside at the 9-yard line. Now, they had this exact play, Shannon. We don't have it on the video, but they did this on the first drive of the game, and he dove and caught it on 4th and goal, I think, and landed at the 1-yard line. And in the NFL, we just roll in and get the touchdown, but they didn't. They caught the ball and landed on the 1 on 4th and goal. Just exact same play pretty much, and just didn't get in on the first drive. So, they were giving them the corners the give and goes last Friday night. Now, this is a Shelby score, folks. Now, we bought this tablet. And Shannon, you ever heard of a tablet that don't have a zoom on it? No, this one didn't. So we didn't know it until we got to the field last night. So our guys were a little shorthanded. So this is the best we got of Shelby and Kings Mountain. Shannon, you've probably seen different angles on this one. The quarterback was dead to rights in the backfield, had him sacked, and he did a great job finding the crossing route there, coming across the middle. And then it was, this is by no means like the way they drew it up, is it?
Right. No, absolutely. That's where Shelby's going to hurt you. They've got speed everywhere, and receivers they can get open for a quarterback if he can just buy some time, scrambling back there. And that's what happened here.
So he tried to roll left. He's in the clutches about 3 guys. The pass went 3 yards, broke 1 tackle, second guy dove, and then it's off to the races for the Golden Lions, and they win last week big time. Here is the punt return that set up a touchdown for West Lincoln. Nice little view we got here with Jason Sane on the sidelines last week. And I love it when they run to the camera, Shannon, instead of the other side. So we get some really good shots here on KTC. So here's West Lincoln return all the way down inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. So big play there for West Lincoln. This is the score.
Is that a keeper? Is that what that was?
No, that's Dixon.
And Mason, was it quarterback? That was okay.
Avery, what's the name? Mason
Avery.
Yeah, I've called him Avery. Mason Avery, with one of his touchdowns, just busting through and across the goal line there against North Lincoln. So, That was his score. This was another one for another, like, well, what happened on this one, Shannon? I'm trying to, I don't know. I know you've seen some of these.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Kings Mountain, this is what these Shelby views. This is the Kings Mountain kid going right and then cutting back left across the middle for the touchdown.
Yeah, he's cut across the grain, yeah.
Yep, nice little long run up the middle. All right, so here's another touchdown for the Cherry Lineman. This one's a little blurry up there when it got dark on him. And this just tosses it up into the corner, just killing it. Chase Miller, just another touch pass right over another kid's head. The Avery County scores were just up the middle, just bruising, right up the gut. Now this one, Shannon, this is going to be. I'm going to call it. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
This is the Shannon Allen play of the week.
Okay.
I know I know you like the fumble calls. That's my play of the week. Right. But I promise you, this is going to be the Shannon Allen play of the week, and let's see if Shannon knows why. So this is going to be a touchdown from 28 yards out, and handoff left side, running back goes, bounces it out, tries to cut back up the middle, makes one guy miss, two guys miss, tackled, fumble.
Oh yeah, you gotta love those.
And the lineman with a touchdown.
Yeah. Big man of your night.
70-something, I think it was the right tackle. I can't remember what Coach Pruitt said earlier, but if you'll watch, Shannon, see if you can watch the right tackle here. You folks can see my cursor on my hand. One of these guys is going to come out, and I think he ends up getting the touchdown. Let's see.
Follows the play.
This guy right here, 59.
Yeah.
So watch him. He's just watching. Ball out into the end zone. Touchdown, Shannon. Yeah. Lineman play of the week.
When a fat kid sees a ball on the ground, they hit another gear. Okay, just plain and simple. That kid ain't fat, but he's just a big kid. When they see a ball on the ground, they're all they have to do is 5 yards. They're the quickest man on the field for those 5 yards.
So this is the Burns Bulldogs touchdown. It's just a little, nothing more than a little 5-yard out. Two Jaguars run into each other, breaks one tackle, shakes the last guy, then walks in the end zone for the last time. Yeah. So, Shannon, both the scores in this Forest View Burns game ended up being kind of broken plays by the secondary and not being able to make the tackles and getting the guys down. Yeah. Now, remember last year, Burns beat South Point. The kicker comes at halftime.
That's right.
And wins the game.
That's right. Yeah.
Burns keeps playing these really close games to where extra points matter, folks. And whether kicking, getting your 2 points, I've seen so many games over the last in the spring, and then obviously 2 years ago, be decided by extra points and 2-point conversions. Because, you never know when you're going to give up a long play. Like if the guy makes the tackle here, Shannon, Forest, you might win 6-0.
It could, yeah.
It could be 6-0.
I think it was Chase Bridges that scored for Burns there, too. Just on a simple pass, just simple out pattern. And missed tackle, and he scores a touchdown.
All right, we got a couple more highlights for the break. This is a big run up the middle. This is kind of just showing, this is the night that you're going to have trying to guard the West Lincoln Rebels tonight, Shannon. Just up the middle, boom, boom. Boom, get off me, drug him 7-8 yards onto the goal line. And that's the type of offense they're bringing tonight. Azari Brown got a big fumble recovery on the hike over the punter. Big hit, ball's out, and Brown recovers for the Bulldogs. So, folks, if you want to see highlights like this and more during the games, tune in during the games live, Red Zone channel. This is Landon Hunt. Here's the out and up. Now, watch this beautiful pass. Watch the route and the pass and how open he is. Got him up. Wow. Yeah. Now, he has them beat at the 30. Look where the ball lands. At the 11. Yeah. Beautiful play, Shannon. You like his football play?
I do. He faked the corner over here, didn't have a clue what he was doing. No. Because he bit hard right there, and then the safeties
is running slow, flat. Yeah, Landon Hahn with the shake and bake into the end zone touchdown. He had a big night for the Ironman. Here's your safety. Here's your holding play, Shannon. Right there.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Got him. So Ironman get the safety for the first score there in the ball game.
And I know you got guys on the field doing this for the radio station, but parents too. If you're watching the game, and I know you got video cameras or your cameras out there, just put it on Twitter and tag KTC and let everybody see your vantage point of a certain play.
Intros into the field, the band, the cheerleaders. Send us your videos, folks. Yeah. And how do you do it? You just tag us on Twitter at What's Up Shopper or at KTC Broadcast and tell your friends, tell your family. We'll put you on the Red Zone channel live, and we'll put you on the post-game show. All you got to do is tag us at What's Up Shopper, at KTC Broadcasting, hashtag KTC Scores, And like right now, you're seeing a video of the Ironman running on the field. We'll put it on. We love it. So guys, we'll give you credit and put you live on YouTube, and it'll be on the interweb forever, Shannon.
Forever.
Until our bosses kick us off the internet. But anyway, all right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to break down some games some more. We've got the power poll to do on ktcbroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Barbecue, brew, and you at Fats Cafe in Shelby. Fresh USDA barbecue cooked over hickory coals from Brookwood Farms in Siler City. Select from their Carolina plate, a half rack of tender baby back ribs, barbecue pulled pork, and barbecue chicken breast, or their brisket and pulled pork plate, or their Brookwood Farms pulled pork plate with Brunswick stew. Yes, it's barbecue, pork, and you at Fats Cafe in Shelby, 1235 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
At Coyote Tractor, we hold dirt in the highest regard. That's why we're digging up some of our best deals so you can get out there and play in it. We've got cash back and 0% financing offers available on 22 to 110 horsepower tractors, utility vehicles, and zero-turn mowers. Coyote, we dig dirt. Offer cannot be combined. Financing subject to credit approval. Some restrictions apply. See your authorized Coyote Tractor dealer for details.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, 27 West intersection in Vail.
If you play golf, then listen up. The best greens in the Carolinas are right here in our area at the Riverbend YMCA Golf Course. Phil Wallace and Russell Spangler invite you over to play. You can play and ride 18 holes Monday through Friday for $29 and after 2 p.m. for $25. Play and ride weekends for $42 and after 2 p.m. for $29. Seniors ride and play Monday through Friday for $25. Make your tee time by calling 704-482-4286 or book online at riverbendymcagolfcourse.com. Come play today.
When you're in the field, downtime is not an option. That's why now is the time for a service inspection at James River Equipment. Whether you own a John Deere tractor, planter, forage harvester, or baler, James River has a summer service special that's right for you. When it comes to quick diagnosis and expert service professionals, James River delivers. Schedule your service at your local James River location or online at jamesriverequipment.com. James River delivers.
Come play the friendly golf course. The Deerbrook Golf Club in Shelby. Open to the public 7 days a week. Right now, you can play and ride 18 holes Monday through Friday for $35. After 2 p.m., it's only $30. On weekend, play and ride for $47 or $37 after 2 p.m. And seniors can ride and play Monday through Friday for $30. To make your tee times, call 704-482-4653. The Deerbrook Golf Club, Highway 180 North in Shelby, online at deerbrookgolfclub.com.
But before it was popular, Shannon, he was dabbing before Cam was. Yeah. All right, welcome back to the broadcast. It is power poll time. It's time to make Shannon and everybody in Cleveland County mad. That's what I do usually when I do this, Shannon. That's where I get my complaints from. Dennis can't take it.
Oh, he'll be tore up. Yeah,
he'll be all tore up.
Yeah,
but you can't get points if you don't win.
Now Tom would be happy. Tom would be happy with this.
Excuse me.
But
now,
Dennis will be mad.
So, how does it work, Shannon? Easy as pie. You get points based on who you beat. You beat a 1A team, you get 1. You beat a 2A team, you get 2. You beat a 3A, 3, 4, and a 4A, 4. Now, if you lose, a little slight adjustment. If you lose to a 4A, you don't lose any points. You lose to a 3A, you lose 1 point. You lose to a 2A, you lose 2 points. That's the easiest one to remember. Just go by 2 and reverse it.
Right.
And then if you lose to a 1A, you lose 3 points. So, with our new conferences, Shannon, and no East Rutherford, we now have 37 teams that I have to do this fuzzy math for. So whether or not you guys like it, I do 37 teams worth of math to do this, and you guys can just going to have to take it. All right? Sound good?
Deal with it.
Deal with it. Okay. Now, so some teams end up with 0 points because they didn't play. Some teams might end up with 0 points at 0-1, Shannon, because they lost to a 4A school. But I ranked the rankings. How that went was the ones that didn't play, that you didn't lose, so you're better than the team that lost. So there you go. So tiebreakers go to head-to-heads. So if you're looking at the poll online, folks, it's points. You get your points as number one ranking. Then your records, then defensive points allowed, and then if you have a tiebreaker, it'll also be head-to-head, and the final is point differential, which hopefully you don't have to ever get to. So let's do the teams that didn't quite make it, Shannon. We had exactly 15 teams win, 5 teams that didn't play, and then 17 teams that lost. Obviously, they didn't play 2 teams out of the area, if that makes sense for you math whizzes out there. I'm sure we got somebody question that. All right, now, so here's some of the teams that didn't make it. West Caldwell, RS Central. I don't even have West Caldwell on my thing, do I? They're in one of these conferences.
Yeah, they're in the one with Statesville, aren't they? Let me look. I saw them a while ago.
Yeah, no, there it is. No, they're there with Maiden and them. All right, that's where they got back in. So they lost 18-7 to a 4A school last week. RS Central lost, Hickory lost, West Iredell, North Iredell, and then Huss, Shannon, they lost to a 4A school too, big time. Shannon, that school that beat Hickory, that put 68 on Huss last week, you know they played this week?
Who?
Highland Tech.
Oh, wow.
Put 68 on Huss.
Ooh.
They got Highland Tech this week.
You
going to pick the Rambling Wreck this week?
Goodness, no.
Not a good matchup. All right, Lincolnton last week, they lost 1 point to a 3A school, South Point, so they're ranked number 27. Number 28 is Forest View. They lost to a 2A, and they only give up 6 points. So there's our highest ranked 2A school with a loss. North Lincoln at 29, Patton at 30, Newton Conover 31, Kramer 32, Kings Mountain right now, Shannon, sitting at 33. St. Stephen's 34, North Gaston 35, Fred T. Ford 36, and the only team to lose to a 1A school last week, Bessemer City. If they would have won,
I got them winning this week too.
If they would have won, they'd have been ranked 16th.
Yeah,
and lost 37th. All right, so top 20. How about teams that didn't play? Highland Tech, you're at 20, 19. Thomas Jefferson, Brevard at 18, Ashbrook 17, Crest 16. How did I come up with those with nobody playing, Shannon? I ranked them from last year's, basically, in their 3A schools. I put the 3As ahead of the 2s and the 1. They're going to play. The great thing about this poll, folks, is that it adjusts every single week. You can drop 20 spots. It doesn't matter. And that's what I like about the polls. Like, if you're watching a team like, say, the North Carolina Tar Heels might be ranked 8th, and Appalachian State comes in and kills you, you're still ranked ahead of them.
Yeah.
That ain't fair to that. It's for the Mountaineers. All right. How about top 15? These are the teams that won, Shannon. Cherryville with 1 point. The only team to beat a 1A school last week in our area. They beat Avery County, went up there, give up 22 points with a big win. You saw some of the highlights a few minutes ago. So Cherryville is a number 15 team in the What's Up Shopper Power Poll. At number 14, the Polk County Wolverines last week, Shannon. Big win over Newton Conover Red Devils. Red Devils end up in 31st. Polk County in 14th. After that win, they only give up 7 points to the Red Devils. Number 13, South Point Red Raiders. They give up 7 points to Lincoln Wolves. They end up with 2 points. East Burke is number 12 with 2 points. They gave up 6 points last week, Shannon. How about them Cavaliers from East Burke against Patton? Now, you picked them to win 21-7.
Come on, dude. It's Patton.
Huh?
It's Patton.
I know that, but I'm saying you almost nailed it. It was 14-6. You said 21-7.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving you credit.
Hey, when you get
when somebody's patting you on the back.
Okay.
Not used to somebody patting you on the back.
Not like that.
Okay. Trying to give you some. Good job, Shannon. You almost nailed it. Now, Hendersonville last week. Let's see what you put down on this one. You picked 42-7.
That's close.
You were in the neighbor.
Yeah.
Kind of there. You only missed each one by 30. but you got the spread close.
Mm-hmm.
The spread you had at 35, and they won by 34. So you missed it by one.
Yeah.
But you missed the total by 70 points.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
The over-under is a little under on Shannon. All right. So Hendersonville is number 11. I want to welcome Hendersonville, East Burke, and Polk County and Brevard to our poll. They haven't been in our conferences the last years, so it's fun and to add them to it and see more teams in our area. Next year we'll have East Rutherford hopefully back, so we'll have 38 teams if we got these same conferences. Now, Shannon, you ready for the top 10?
Go for it.
Drum roll. We don't have drums. I actually do have a little big drum kit. I could bring it. I'll do it next week. All right, number 10, the Statesville Greyhounds. They gave up 30 points last week, Shannon, to Carson, but they won because they got 41. And that's what matters, right?
Right, that's it.
So the Greyhounds, welcome to the KTC broadcasting area and the power polls. Sure you guys will enjoy that. Now, Chase, the Trojans, Coach Cogdell and the gang up there in the farm are now 1-0, start the season with 3 power points. 21 they gave up last week, but they got the win up at West Henderson, and they are now number 9 in the power poll. Number 8, the Bunker Hill Bears with a big win last night. They gave up 18 points, and that was up at home against the Kramer Storm. Shelby, you Golden Lions, Shannon, number 7 in the power poll, beat a 3A team, gave up 14 points. So that's where the Golden Lions end up starting off after week 1. Number 6 is the West Lincoln Rebels. They beat a 3A team, but they only gave up 7 points, Shannon. So that's why they're right ahead of the Shelby Golden Lions. So West Lincoln wins last week, 14-7. East Lincoln Mustangs 1-0, 3 points, and they gave up 7 points. Now, how did I get the guys between 7, Shannon? Since nobody's played each other, this is where the point differential came in.
Mm-hmm.
So Bandy's, East Lincoln, and West Lincoln, the 4, 5, and 6 spots were decided by point differential because they all gave up 7. But West Lincoln only got 14. East Lincoln put up 39, and Bandy's with 44. So 4, 5, and 6 goes to Bandy's at 4, East Lincoln at 5, and the West Lincoln Rebels at 6. So there's your 4, 5, and 6 in your power poll. Shelby 7. Top 3, Shannon, the Bulldogs. You only score 8 points, and you're number 3.
That's right.
And you broke 2 tackles, and 2 guys fell down, and you're number 3. Now,
Only
you can
got
look
6.
at it that way, or you can look at it this way. You beat a 3A school, and you got your 3 points. It doesn't matter who you played.
Right.
And you held them to 6 points, and now you're number 3 in the power poll. So, Crest, we'll talk about that, how the power poll works in a minute, where you guys might land if you get a win tonight. Now, the top 2. I'm so happy, so proud. Like we said, we mentioned this earlier. How about them East Gaston Warriors? Number 2 in the power poll. Might not be there long. Might be there all season. We don't know. This conference might be way better than we think it is. But either way, they start the season off with a 52-0 victory over a 3A school, Shannon.
Yeah.
You only missed by how many points again?
Yeah, and again, East Gaston, I think it's going to be a lot better than what people think. But they beat North Gaston.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
North Gaston.
So they're North Gaston is now
They're
number 35.
35,
They're not last, best for last right now.
I was looking. Okay.
Yellow Jackets got upset last week. All right. So that means the number 1 team in the area, and it may be, they put a lot of points up last year, the Maiden Blue Devils.
How many did they score last week?
52.
So why is East Gaston and Maiden not? See, that's the one thing that when you talk about the defenses and you talk about the point difference, both of these schools didn't give up a point last week, but Maiden gets the nod at number 1, East Gaston number 2, and I'm telling you, people in this CANU conference, especially with all you've heard about that Burns and Shelby are in that 1A 2A conference. That's the one that people really talk about, saying, well, Burns and Shelby's going to be the top 2 teams. And they may be, but you got teams like East Gaston who comes in there that, you could really make an argument right now saying, okay, East Gaston, they must be a little bit better, because if you go back to the spring and you just remember, because that's what's the beauty of playing spring football versus playing fall football last year. In the spring, a lot of these kids are still back. A lot of these, a lot of them are underclassmen, and now, been off the field for, just a few months, and now they're back. So you remember what they did in the spring. And I do remember East Gaston playing Shelby. And now offensively, East Gaston really couldn't do much, but they had a running back. I think it was the Hill kid that was really good. And so, again, like I mentioned a while ago, they have two running backs now that Hill was one of them that, you may see East Gaston. You may see one of these teams that normally isn't in here because of these new games that are being played, these new matchups. You may see the traditional powerhouses at the bottom right now. And but by the end of the year, it does even itself out. I will give you credit on that, Kevin. It does even itself out once you get into November.
Well, then the playoffs, you get eliminated as you keep going and everything too. I wish I had last year's to show, but we had a computer crash. Anyway, so Shannon, so Maiden right now is number one. Well, you were asking who did what now?
No, I was saying both gave up 52.
East Gaston had 52, Maiden had 56.
Oh, okay.
56-0 and 52-0.
Okay, I thought it was 50. Both of them scored 52. Okay.
No, the Blue Devils got 4 extra points from your kicking game or
That's exactly
2-point
right.
conversions.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was the difference in the game because you can't get 4 points any other way.
Right.
All right. I think, is Calvin ready for another break? Did he walk in there? I can't. In just a minute. All right. That's we're going to break down the games and have Shannon do his bad picks here in just a few moments, but we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to pick the games and tell you where you can listen to all the games and check out the highlights tonight on KTCBroadcasting.com.
1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Bases loaded with nobody out is a problem for a pitcher. And not having your taxes done properly is a problem for you. That's where we call on Kimberly Spicer, CPA in Shelby. Just like the closer on a baseball team, you can count on Kimberly Spicer, CPA. She can assist you, along with small businesses, with your tax preparation, with years of valuable experience as an IRS registered tax preparer. Kimberly Spicer, CPA. 214 North Morgan Street in Shelby and 280 East Main Street in Forest City. Stop in the Roundup store in Shelby. Just close your eyes and imagine sitting on your front porch in your new glider from the Roundup store. You'll find gliders, rockers, porch swings, birdhouses, and yes, their famous storage buildings, plus windows, doors, cabinets, and vanities. Visit the website at roundupshelby.com and see the page at whatsupshopper.com. That's the Roundup store. 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, 8:30 to noon on Saturday.
Now open, the all-new BMC Toner Solutions at 410 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. The new BMC Toner Solutions can save you up to 50% off retail on your printer ink cartridges. Extra large inkjets just $14.99 for black and $16.99 for color. Just call 704-862-7333. They're open from 9 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 9 to 2 on Friday, and open every third Saturday from 9 to 2. The new BMC Toner Solutions, now open at 410 East Franklin Boulevard, Gastonia.
Looking for a boat, RV, or farm equipment this summer? Carolina Federal can help with financing. Recreation loans are available for as low as 3.75% APR. Contact us today for more information by calling 704-435-0186 or online at carolinafcu.org. Or stop by our branch located at 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. At Carolina Federal Credit Union, we treat you like family because you are. Rates based on credit history. Are you hungry? If you're up on Highway 18 North near Bellwood and your belly says to feed it, steer on into LDP Farms. They now have hot dogs and turkey and ham wraps. You can get a turkey or ham wrap with chips and a cookie for just $6. LDP Farms in Bellwood now has whoopie pies, also apple, cinnamon, blueberry, and peach cider. And check out their fish and shrimp. That's LDP Farms. Highway 18 North in Bellwood. Call 704-537-8333. Get your ham or turkey wrap or hot dog today.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability, Z Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Bring home the Kubota BX 2380 tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain. Are you tired of commuting long distance or working for a big company that only knows you by a number? Do you enjoy helping others solve problems? Want to make a difference for a small business? Want the opportunity to give back to your community? If the above applies to you, Bridges Hardware in Kings Mountain is hiring. Bridges Hardware, located at the corner of King and Chancellor Streets in Kings Mountain. Stop by the store and see the cashier to fill out an application or call 704-739-5461. That's Bridges Hardware at the corner of King and Chancellor Streets in Kings Mountain. Buy 3 tires and get 1 free at Butler's Tire and Auto Service in Kings Mountain. For a limited time, when you buy Westlake or Pantera or Black Line tires, you'll get 1 free. And it includes a 1-year road hazard warranty with a premium alignment purchase. Plus, you'll find tires by Goodyear, Dunlap, and Kelly. And be sure to ask about their $99 brake special, plus inspections and alignments by certified mechanics with friendly service. The new Butler's Tire and Auto, 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC.
And welcome back to the broadcast. The Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina, Western Prep Football pregame show with Shannon Allen and Kevin Hastings, and getting Shannon's pick set up here in just a few moments. I know Shannon's excited about that, right, Shannon?
Oh, yeah. Ready.
Yeah, you didn't do too terrible last week. I'll give you credit for that. Is that a compliment or not a compliment?
I don't know yet. Depends.
All right. So here's the games on the board for the folks watching live on the YouTube. And I got to get me a ink pen for Shannon. All right, Shannon, we're going to start at the bottom of some of these teams. I'll let you, some of these you don't know too much about. That's fine. We're just going to kind of go through kind of quick on them.
Okay.
Let's start at the bottom. And you could say, well, you know something about them or not. And I'm going to grab a pen. And if you don't, just pick a team. I don't care.
All right, so the first game we got Mountain Heritage will be at Ashfield Irwin. So I've got Mountain Heritage winning this one. I'm going to say 35-21. The only reason I'm picking Mountain Heritage is because of their success the past few years. I think they were in a state championship game a couple years ago, and so I think they will continue that success and beat Irwin 35-21. Next one will be North Wilkes at Ashe County. Just knowing a little bit what I know about North Wilkes, normally they're not going to do anything flashy to beat you. They don't have much speed up that way. They're just going to try to power the ball. But I think Ashe County, again, just what they've had in the past, I think Ashe County wins this one at home. Ashe County 42, North Wilkes 7.
42-7. Ashe County?
Yes.
Ashe County lost by 2 last week to Wilkes Central at Wilkes Central. So if that gives you anything. All right, next one, Rosman.
All the athletes up there go to Wilkes Central.
Rosman at North Henderson.
So Rosman going to North Henderson. North Henderson, I think that was the team Hendersonville destroyed, right? That's the team Hendersonville put 70.
And they gave up 35 to them.
But they put up 70 something, So, hey, but North Henderson, that shows North Henderson can score on the 4th and 5th teams that come in, or 4th, strings that come in there. Rosman coming in, I got Rosman winning. I think, again, yes, they did score 35, but when did they score those 35? That's the, do you play a good 3A team or a bad 3A team to get high in the poll? That's the, you gotta ask yourself that. So, Rosman 28, North Henderson 21.
All right. Okay. Hayesville at Franklin.
Hayesville at Franklin was at Franklin earlier this summer. Went up there to see the dam. up there at the edge of North Carolina, which is the edge of, seems like the world. There's nothing around there, no cell service either, but they've got a good football team. They play power football up there. And I actually got this one close. I got Franklin 24, Hayesville 21.
24-20. What'd you say on the last score?
24-21.
No, Rosman.
Rosman 28-21 over North Henderson.
Franklin is 1-0. They won their first game, and Hayesville lost theirs.
Mm-hmm. Going with the winners.
Franklin, I was going to try to see who they beat. Murphy, 35-15 last week. So.
Oh, wow, okay. Good
Swain County at Smoky Mountain.
Swain County at Smoky Mountain. I've got Swain County winning this one, and I'm going big, okay? 35-7 over Smoky Mountain.
35-7, Smoky Mountain. All right, Pisgah and Inca.
So, again, with everything that's went on up at Canton and I think near Caruso, I think they've got everything destroyed up there. You got to say your thoughts and prayers with those people. And I know there's some family members that live down here that have, or that people that live down here that have family members up there. But again, Pisgah, you know, I think this season may be a wash for them. No pun intended on that. But I think it's they've just, those kids have been through so much here the past couple of weeks. Maybe football will help them, but I don't think so. As far as just on the field, as far as win losses go, I think Inca wins this one, and I'm gonna say 35-7.
Inca won 34-21 last week at Hayesville.
Okay.
Tuscola and TC Robinson. I'm trying to be quicker for you, Shannon. Give you a little more information while you're picking.
Tuscola at TC. Again, don't know much about them, but I got Tuscola winning this one, and I'm gonna say 28-14.
Tuscola last week won at Madison, 33-8.
Okay.
So what did you say the score was?
I got Tuscola 28-14.
28-14 for Shannon picking Tuscola. All right. I think they already went to the chair. Chair was already broke off for you folks online. South Iredale at Statesville.
Okay, so this one, a little bit about Statesville. They've got a good defense. Let's put it that way. They got guys, Kedron Dukes and Quante Brown, both had 12 tackles last week in their win over Carson. But this one, you know, again, I don't know much. That's the only thing I could find about was their defense. Both of them come in at 1-0, but I think South Iredale, I give them the nod in this one. I'm not sold on Statesville in week 2, so I'm going to say South Iredale 24, Statesville 21.
24-21 who?
South Iredale.
Oh, God. Bad. That's number 10 team in our poll.
Be
careful.
South Iredale. They're loaded. Actually, there's a guy from Shelby. His son plays soccer up there. Michael Frisbee graduated with him, so we got to pick him.
Charlotte Latin at Hickory. Latin, this is their first game.
Yes.
Hickory's 0-1 on the season.
Well, if it's any Latin team that's played around here, they're going to be disciplined and they're going to be good. And, you know, Hickory, they're going to be hyped up playing on their new field, but Latin's going to come in. They don't care about that because they play on turf too. They could care less. So I think Charlotte Latin 56, Hickory 7.
Ooh, I hear you.
Yeah.
56-7 for Latin. Poor Tornadoes at home. All right. Andrews at Cherokee. Cherokee last week lost 41-13 at Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, so they'll lose this week. Andrews, I think they will. I think they'll have their way with Cherokee, and I've got Andrews 42, Cherokee 7.
42-7 Andrews. How about McDowell at Mitchell? Well,
again, McDowell's the team that surprised me last week. I thought RS Central would handle them easily, but they pretty much shut RS Central down. Again, don't know the particulars about that. But I think they're going to be playing Mitchell. They're used to playing them. You know, they played them in the past. Mitchell's going to be big and strong, and they're going to do what they do, and they're going to have their way with McDowell. Mitchell 35, McDowell 14.
Okay, Shannon's going to get cards and letters from McDowell by the end of this season.
Yeah.
Robbinsville at Brevard, the Blue Devils, getting their first game in. They play a Robbinsville team who is 1-0, and Robbinsville beat Ashfield 45-23 last week.
That really tells me a lot about Robbinsville, because I thought at the scrimmage when Asheville played in the Cleveland County scrimmage against Shelby, Asheville was one of the top teams down there.
Mm-hmm.
And for the Robinsonville to beat them like that really surprised me. I think they will destroy Brevard. Robinsonville 63, Brevard 14.
All right. we're going to skip one there. How about West Henderson at Hendersonville? And are the basketball scores at these Hendersonville games or what's going on here? I mean, over 100 points tonight, Shannon. That's the over-under. What are you going to take?
I'm going to take I'm going to take over.
Over 100 for Shannon and West Henderson at Hendersonville. Now with that in mind, now you got to add up your pick. What is your pick?
So, well, let me say this. Chase played West Henderson last week, and I thought Chase was a lot better team. Surprised me. West Henderson had, I think, 21 points scored on them, or they scored 21 points on Chase. Hendersonville, this is a county matchup. These kids, they know each other. It's a rivalry up there, an inter-county rivalry. So, Hendersonville 70, West Henderson 35. Makes it
another one. 70. Easy math for Shannon.
Absolutely.
It's hard to get too far past 70. Had to take my shoes off. Yeah. All right. Chase at Owen, since you mentioned Chase, we'll go ahead and stay there. And they played West Henderson last week. They're up at Black Mountain Owen tonight. Let's see if I can find their results from last week. This will be their first game of the year.
Yeah. I've got Chase somewhere on here because I wrote some stuff
They're
down.
The Trojans. They're from Rutherford County.
Yeah.
Coach Cogdell.
Yeah, I mean, I've got them, and I wrote some stuff
hey,
here.
We can come back to them if you got some notes. How about this?
Here, I got it right here. Let's do Chase. So Chase comes in. Their quarterback, Damian Boykins, threw for 121 last week, 1 touchdown. But their running back, that's the main cog in the wheel right now. Is a kid named Marquise McCombs. He carried the ball 20 times for 300 yards, 5 touchdowns. And they have a guy that compliments him, Caleb Shires. I guess when McComb gets tired for running that many yards, Caleb Shires came in for 65 yards. Chase, again, what they put together when Court Radford was there and now Cogdell was there, they're building and they're changing the culture and they're building a foundation these kids can really be proud of. And they've got some big kids. They're getting kids looking. Or college coaches are coming down there looking at them, and so it's really exciting. I think Chase goes up to Owen. Brent Russell's at Owen his first year back at Owen as a head coach, and I think Chase goes up there and gives them a rude awakening. Chase 42, Owen 7.
Patton at Drone. This is Drone's first game. Patton lost to East Burke 14-6 last week.
So Patton,
the Panthers at the Wildcats.
Well, Patton, they got a quarterback, Randall Clark. He threw for 39 yards last week, but he rushed for 71 yards. They also have a guy named Tay Brawley. He's a running back. He rushed for 76 yards last week. But I'm not sold on Patton. I for some reason I think Drone. I've heard Drone is going to be good this year. And again, you don't know this is their first game. But I've got Drone winning this one 21-7 over Patton.
21-7 Wildcats for Shannon. Polk County Wolverines to Al Bundy in the game. Defend the home field against the Salisbury Stakes.
Well, again, this is a game that Polk County's playing at home. Salisbury, that's a pretty good trip down there from Salisbury to Polk County. Polk County quarterback Casey Beeler threw over 100 yards last week, 3 touchdowns. They've got a good running back in Angus Weaver, 77 yards last week. But Weaver's really good on defense as well. And so these two teams, you know what Salisbury had. They're defending state champs. Again, they've played teams around here the past couple of years in Shelby and Burns, respectively. I've got Salisbury going down to Polk, winning 21-20.
21-20. Salisbury squeezing by on a missed extra point.
Yep.
So Shannon has no faith in the Wolverines kicking.
But I'd love to see Polk win, though. Really would. Yeah.
That's how in depth he scouted this. He knows the kicker for Polk County is going to miss his 3rd extra point, right?
Right, he probably will get it blocked.
Make your bets. North Iredale, Lake Norman.
North Iredale comes in 0-1. Lake Norman 1-0. I think Lake Norman's doing some good things up there. Lake Norman 35, North Iredale 7.
Lake Norman, the Wildcats won last week 37-0.
Yep.
So what'd you pick again?
35-7.
35-7. So Lake Norman again. All right, now we're getting to the teams in our area, folks. So we're going to get into some of this. Now, this is a big game, I believe.
That's a huge game. Yeah.
Watauga. I say it like that because some of the locals up in Boone say that. Yeah, listen.
I can imagine.
A couple of brews get flowing up in Boone. It's Watauga. Okay? I'm just letting you know. It's not Watauga.
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 Okay.
All right. At least at the local watering holes up there. That's how you pronounce it.
I guarantee you.
All right, so Watauga is coming down to Maiden to face the Blue Devils.
This has been a game, as you mentioned, this is a big game.
Our number one team in the power poll.
Yeah, number one team. Watauga in the past few years has been really strong coming out of the mountains, but have stumbled in the playoffs. Maiden is the same way, really strong in the regular season. Get to the playoffs, you get beat by Ford a couple years ago. And so it's these two teams I think will complement each other. I'm going to give the nod to Maiden, unfortunately, at home because I say unfortunately, I didn't mean it like that, but I think Maiden's just going to be too strong at home, and they're firing on all cylinders in week 2. They're going to be a dangerous team and a hard team for people to handle. I've got Maiden winning this one 35, Watauga 31.
Shannon, like we're going with the score. It may be like that. Watauga, the Pioneers, they won last week against TC Roberson 33-0. So combined, these two teams won last week 89-0. You could have just picked.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
52-33.
And been good. Been close. Exactly.
I'm going to write that down for fun. Just what they scored last week.
Yeah.
52-33. All right. Bunker Hill at St. Stephen's.
So St. Stephen comes in 0-1, right? Bunker Hill's 1-0.
Yes. Is it bad news for the Indians?
Yeah, it is. Bunker Hill, I think they're going to be pretty good this year.
Do I have to call them the Guardians?
No, they're the
St. Stephen's.
Oh, St. Stephen's.
Yeah.
They're not the Indians no more?
Well, Cleveland's changing their names. I didn't know if it was the Guardians. I'll ask Tom in the morning.
We're not scared of
what he thinks about that.
So, yeah. So Bunker Hill, I've got them winning. I've got them winning pretty big. I've got them 49, St. Stephen's 3. Giving them
3. So the soccer program comes in handy at St. Stephen's tonight. Freedom at East Burke. East Burke is 1-0. Freedom is 0-1.
So, again, Coach Justin Hall from down here, he's Shelby's defensive coordinator for years. Now he's the head coach at Freedom. He's trying to do some things up there that, I think he may be having a little problems with some. Again, I think with the new coach coming in, a lot of kids may get upset with that and want to change the system. I've got East Burke winning this one 28-14 over Freedom.
28-14.
Yes.
East Burke over the Freedom Patriots. All right. The Bandy's Trojans against the Ford Tigers.
Bandy's, apparently they're pretty, again, I mentioned this last week and I mentioned a while ago, they lost their quarterback this year. He went to RS Central. I guess family moved there, and I thought Bandy's, they're going to be struggling, but it appears like they're not. They handled St. Stephen's last week pretty easily. Again, Bandy's, I think, gets their second win tonight. Ford, I just don't think they're going to have the athletes be able to handle Bandy's, their power, their speed, whatever they have up there. So I've got Bandy's 49, Fred T. Ford 6.
What was it?
49-6.
49-6.
Yes.
The Trojans march through Hog Hill. Newton Conover at West Iredale. Red Devils. I don't know West Iredale's logo.
I don't know.
Off the top of my head. Go ahead.
I don't know. Newton Conover, seen them play. Really again, they're just young. They lost COVID did a damage to them last year. A lot of kids left in December that were really good that would play for Newton Conover. Okay. And so Newton Conover's rebuilding, a lot of underclassmen and not much depth. I think West Iredale wins this one easily 28-7.
Now, West Iredale lost 37-0 last week to Lake Norman. Now, that's Lake Norman.
Yeah.
All right. What'd you say?
28-7.
28-7 West Iredale over Newton Conover. All right, it's time for a break, and when we come back, we're going to finish up our local area predictions and scores in just a few moments on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Has a new address in the Charlotte region. Catawba Two Kings Casino is now open. 24/7 gaming excitement is here in Kings Mountain at 538 Kings Mountain Boulevard with 500 slot machines. Slot some time in your day at Two Kings. Take exit 50585. Regulated by the Catawba Nation Gaming Commission. Must be 21 or over to play. Play responsibly and within your limits. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call the National Council on Problem Gambling at 1-800-522-4700. Looking for a great buy on new zero-turn mower? Look no more. We got it at Hojo Power Sports and Equipment in Shelby. Right now, you can buy a brand new Aaron's zero-turn 42-inch mower for only $27.99. That's right, only $27.99 for a new Aaron's 42-inch zero-turn mower. Plus, see the line of Ferris, Snapper, Snapper Pro, Hustler, Walker, Ryan, Red Max, Husqvarna, Simplicity, Shindawa, Z-Spray, and more. Hojo Power Sports and Equipment, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.net. Like them on Facebook, too.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
The perfect place for summertime fun for the entire family is the Big E, Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center, I-85 exit 90 in Gaffney. The Big E offers mini golf, a ropes course, laser tag arena, a bowling alley, bumper cars, an arcade, and they host birthday parties. Showing on their 8-screen movie theater includes Space Jam, Black Widow, and the $5 Summer Kids Movie Series. Showtime listings and other information are available at bigegaffney.com. All
right, welcome back to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football Pregame Show. We got more picks with Shannon Allen. Alexander Central at North Gaston, Shannon.
Let me find where my sheet was. Alexander Central, 56, North Gaston, 0.
Hunter Huss at High Brighton.
High Brighton. Last week, Huss, I don't know what happened to them. I'm going to say High Brighton 24, Huss 0 until Huss can do something. Got to prove themselves.
East Lincoln at Forest View, which I think may be interesting. Now, this is Saturday, I believe.
Yeah,
This is going to be Saturday night, folks. East Lincoln at Forest View at Stuart Kramer. So, East Lincoln fans, you're at Stuart Kramer on Saturday night. Go ahead.
Be sure you pay attention to the quarterbacks, Tyler Mazzell for East Lincoln and for Forest View, Austin Parker. Both of them had big games last week. I know Forest View lost by 2, but they played a pretty good team. So, but I think East Lincoln comes in and they win this one 21-7. Now, this one could go it could go either way. It just depends on how good Forest View is. Forest View really that much better than we thought they were. So I'm going to pick East Lincoln, but don't be surprised if it's a lot closer.
Kings Mountain at Ashfield.
Kings Mountain coming off a big loss. Ashfield coming off a big loss. So, looking for their first win. Kings Mountain goes up there. I'm picking Kings Mountain just because they're a local team to win 28-21, but don't be surprised if Asheville pulls out a win on this one.
All right, Cabarrus Christian School at Mountain Island Charters, the Raptors roll.
Yeah, I've got it 42-0.
Speaking of roll, Hickory Grove scored 68 on Huss last week. Now they're at Highland Tech.
I'm gonna say 63-0. That's just unfair, and it could be even bigger than that.
Bessemer City at Stuart Kramer tonight. Our own Brian Nichols will be over there. Congratulations to Brian picking up on his middle school win. He's the coach at Holbrook over Bessemer City Middle School, actually. So he got a big win yesterday at Bessemer City after the game's postponed. They go to Kramer. Can they pull off the upset, Shannon?
Well, Jameer Holmes is back for his 18th year. It seems like Bessemer City every year. It's Jameer Holmes. I've got Bessemer City. I've got them winning this one. Rockamore last week, he really surprised me. I thought he would do a lot better than what he did. He only had 162 yards. He had 2 interceptions. This time, in the spring, he already had about 800 yards passing after week 1. So I think Jameer Holmes, as he goes, Bessemer's going to go. I got Bessemer 27, Kramer 14.
We've always got a couple of speedsters here and there hiding lurking in the shadows, and interesting to see the Yellow Jackets on the AstroTurf. I can't wait to see the videos and pictures of that and see if we can pull off a win tonight down in Cramerton. All right, Shannon, South Point at East Gaston. Do the Warriors make headlines and the front pages tomorrow if they had front pages in Gaston County newspapers?
I think they do, but I don't think it's because they're not going to win. I think it's going to be a close game. I've got South Point winning. I'm picking 28-27. It's probably going to be like 63-3.
Shannon hates kickers.
But
I got picking y'all to miss one.
Yeah, 28-27. Again, how good is East Gaston? Markel McKinney and Justin Hill. These are the 2 power backs for East Gaston. But South Point is just going to be a running game. This is all you're going to see down there. This game will be over at 9 o'clock. It'll be a quick ball game.
8:30.
8:30, yeah. But playing at South Point, that's a different. But I'm going to give South Point the nod. But I got a close game.
All right, Brent Pascoe is going up to Asheville for us. Shannon. Shelby at AC Reynolds. The Rockets hosting the Lions.
So both. Shelby coming off a big win. Reynolds losing, I think, to West Forsyth or one of the Forsyth schools last week. From everything you read online, from Twitter, this game shouldn't be close. Shelby's just, they just got a really good team this year. AC Reynolds is, I think they're rebuilding some. They may have a couple good players, but Shelby on that AstroTurf up there as well. Shelby 35, AC 7.
Thomas Jefferson tonight on WAGY, WAGY 1320 AM, 107.5 FM in Rutherford County at Pine Lake Prep.
So, you don't know because this is the first game for both of them. You don't know what Pine Lake really has. Thomas Jefferson, I know they got Twitty back at receiver. I think he's the playmaker. He's the one you're going to have to stop, but it's going to take somebody else. So I think it's going to take somebody else for him as the year goes on. Thomas Jefferson, 28, Pine Lake Prep, 21.
28-21.
Yeah.
All right. North Lincoln at Lincolnton on WLON tonight, 1050 AM, 107.5 FM with Logan Baker and Jason Sane have the coverage from the rooftops of Lincoln High School out in the elements.
Yeah. Both of them coming off losses. North Lincoln losing basically on the last play of the game. They're not going to score many points this year, but they're not going to allow you to score many either. So I think North Lincoln, they win their first game tonight. I got a close game. I got North Lincoln 21, Lincolnton 14. Kovacic for North Lincoln, 168 yards in the air last week. And I think he's going to be the difference in this. Lincoln just don't have the weapons like he used to.
All right, West Lincoln at Cherryville on WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM.
Mason Avery, that's the main kid for West Lincoln. That's going to be the big name on the field on both sides, the best player on the field, for both sides. And I think as Mason Avery goes, West Lincoln's going to go. I've got West Lincoln, sorry you Cherryville folks, 35, Cherryville 14.
35-14. All right, and finally, on WHS 1390 AM, 101.5 FM tonight, the Crest Chargers at the Burns Bulldogs, and we've got Cleveland County football tonight, matchup, big time. Shannon, what you got?
So Burns, everybody knows what Burns has, and I say everybody, people in Cleveland County, they just talked about two teams this year or this summer, and that was Shelby and Burns and what they had coming back. And people pretty much overlook Kings Mountain, especially overlook Crest. I think if you look as far as the team depth goes, Burns, you got to give them the nod in this. But if you look at player for player, Crest isn't as bad as people think they're going to be. Crest's defense is actually pretty stout, and I think that's going to cause some problems for the Bulldogs tonight. However, I think Burns, their defense is going to cause some problems for the Crest offense because of their speed and their power as well. But with that being said, I think the difference is going to be Husky at quarterback for Crest. I think he's going to, he can throw the ball, but he's more dangerous when he runs the ball. That's going to be the difference maker. And I've got Crest up. I've got Crest winning this one 28-24 over Burns.
So Chargers over the Bulldogs, according to Shannon. Shannon,
yeah.
I looked down the hall and I forgot your son was here, and he just scared me.
Is he up?
Yeah, he was running to the bathroom, and he looked like a zombie coming down the hall. So, folks, we picked the games. We've told you everything you need to know. We've gave you some info. We've told you where they're playing, who's doing what. We've got matchups galore. Again, let me give you the KTC schedule tonight at 7:30. If you're watching on YouTube right now, come back and you can watch the Red Zone channel. The first few minutes, obviously, nobody will be scoring. We won't have any highlights, so we're going to jump back and forth between some of the games, some of the actions. You can listen to the games. We'll be featuring Crest at Burns, West Lincoln at Cherryville, North Lincoln at Lincolnton, Pine Lake Prep hosting Jefferson. Those will be the audio we'll be featuring from the games. We'll have highlights from all four of those games, plus Shelby at AC Reynolds and Bessemer City at Kramer. And if, again, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell anyone at the games, if they get a highlight, if they get anything, whether you get a good cheerleader or the band playing a good intro, the mascot doing something fun, send it to us, tag it to us. and we'll put it on the post game show and on the Red Zone channel. And we love promoting the guys and gangs and everybody. And so Shannon, we've got a lot of games tonight on the board and a lot to do and talk about tonight. You're going up to the Crest and Burns game, right?
Yep, we'll ride over to county.
Let's take the boy up there. And so you guys have a safe trip up there. I'm looking forward to listening to these games. I'm looking forward to seeing the highlights on YouTube, folks. Again, I'm going to be live on YouTube at 7:30 when the games start. We're going to be listening to 4 different games: Jefferson at Pine Lake Prep, North Lincoln at Lincolnton, West Lincoln at Cherryville, Crest at Burns. Folks, all of those games, if you'll go to ktcbroadcasting.com, okay? Go to ktcbroadcasting.com. And if you'll click on the big green button at the top of the page, you can see, you'll bring up this for the folks watching online, you'll bring up this audio player, and this you can listen to any of the 3 games. If you want to listen to the Waggy game, go to ktcbroadcast.com, click on the WAGY logo. Right. What's up, Shan?
I just had a friend of mine from up in the Burns area. He just sent me a text that says, "You're an idiot."
Just that simple?
Just that simple. He's a good fellow, though.
Didn't point out the reason for it, is just Shannon's
he don't say much, but he called me an idiot. So, appreciate you.
That's how they do.
Yeah.
All right. Is that because you picked the Chargers?
Yes. I think his son played. I think he's on the JV team for Burns.
Oh, okay.
So, and they won big last night over Crest too, by the way.
All right. Well, folks, again, Red Zone channel at 7:30. We'll stay on there till 9:30. Okay. Then we'll take a break on the Red Zone channel, and at 10 o'clock we'll have the post game show. Post game show will be at 10. We'll go to about 11:30, maybe a little 11:35, depending on things. But we'll about an hour and a half on the post game show, and then tomorrow morning we've got NASCAR, NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, anything, any type of sports we talk about. Saturday morning sports talks, folks. Join us Saturday. Myself, Terry Reinhardt, Thompson, and Fonnie. We have fun here on Saturday mornings. JP will be here and talking all kinds of sports in the area and across the nation and across the world. Join us on YouTube every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. and on WCSL 1590 a.m. 92.3 FM. Remember, highlights at KTC Broadcasting on Twitter and at Facebook. You tag us. Folks, we'll probably get the tags more on Twitter. If you do send us a message on Facebook, we'll try to get to it and check it out and get back to you. I want to thank some of our folks that do comment online. How about Jonathan Phelps for tuning in? I want to thank Chris Nelson and another couple of folks too who's watching as well. All right, folks, we're going to send it out to the stadiums now. It's football time. Shannon, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Can I get a whoop whoop?
Whoop, whoop.
I get a whoop whoop from Shannon. All right, we'll be back next week on the Witherspoon Insurance Shelby pregame show, ktcbroadcasting.com.
Okay, thank you there, Kevin. WHS Shelby, WLON in Lincoln. And right now, coming up shortly on WLON, we'll have the pregame show from Lincolnton with, I believe it's Jason Sang and also Logan Baker. But now we're going to send it out to Burns High School, Crest and Burns. I believe it's Tom Cinefani, and I'm not sure who the mystery announcer is tonight. Who? Robbie Roop tonight.